Hey everybody, this is Jonah. Welcome back to From the Ground Up. Today I'm going to show you my brand new raised beds with my trellises, and we're going to get some things in the ground. So let's get started. So here it is. Isn't it beautiful? I've got 4 raised beds. They're 4 feet by 8 feet with arch trellises going across both sides so I can plant things vertically and save space. I'm really excited. And we just got these done this past weekend, right before Easter, and my husband is such a trooper. He's so amazing. He did a lot of the heavy labor for these. So shout out for him for being amazing. The first thing we are gonna do today is rake these guys just to make them a little bit more level. We want the dirt to be level, otherwise when I go to plant and start watering, things will get uneven amounts of water and you'll get stuff pooling or running off, and we don't want that. Alright, I'm all done raking. As you can see, my beds are a little bit more even now. There are some clumps still in there, but that's mostly just the compost. It was half frozen when we got it. Use the back of the rake to really smooth her out pretty well. Next, I'm going to be planting my peas. Now, I probably should have had my peas in a little bit earlier, but I didn't get them on the beds done on time. So I have this handy dandy layout of all my beds, if you guys can see that, where everything's gonna go this year. So let's just get started. So I've got my holes poked in the ground, and here's one of the blue shelling peas. And peas are one of those things that are kind of easy to plant because the seeds are just so large. You only have to go an inch down. I got those in, and we'll water those really well. The light is really harsh out today, so my eyes look kind of crazy. But the next thing we're gonna do is plant my carrots, my onions, and my radishes and some beets. Normally you would not plant your carrots and your onions at the same time as your radishes and your beets and your peas. Oh, and I'm gonna plant some lettuce. But like I said, I didn't get my beds ready till just now, so everything's kind of ready to go. Technically the last frost date where I'm at is April 27th, which we're only a few days from that, and there's absolutely no frost forecast. So I probably could plant most everything, but I'm still hardening off some of the plants that I started downstairs in my basement, and I want to wait just a little while longer for the tomatoes and the peppers, because they really like heat more than any cool weather. And it's not cold at all today, but it was in the 40s this morning, and that's still cool, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer on those. I don't know if you can see it, but I have little tick marks in pencil right there. They're every foot. That way I have my square feet marked out this direction. Now I have these boards laying in the bed because I know that in between that is about 1 foot, and I'm going to be planting 2 rows of carrots and 1 row of onions in this section right here. I know that seems like a lot close together, but you plant a lot when you do square foot gardening. And when I go in and thin out my carrots, I'll make sure and do like every other, so that where one is here in this row, I'll make sure and leave the one here in this row, as long as everything germinates like it should. So let's get started. First things first, you have to dig your little trench. So I've got my little trenches dug, and when I say little, I do mean little. You can barely see them. The package says they only need to be sown about 1/2 inch deep. I just use this wooden dowel to drag a line in the bed, and now I'm going to sprinkle my carrot seed in there. I'm planting 2 types of carrots this year. Mostly I'm going to be planting Danvers half long, and then I am planting a few of these Livingston color mix just to try it out. I thought it would be fun to get some different colored carrots and see how they do. Let me open this up and show you some of these carrots. Here are some of the Livingston color mix carrot seed. If you can see those, they're very, very tiny. So we're just gonna pick them up and Sprinkle them like when you pinch salt and sprinkle it on something. Once you have your carrots in your little trenches, you just take your hand and barely cover them up. Then when I'm all done planting everything, I'm going to water these in really well. Next, I'm going to plant my onions, and they are onion bulb starts because I had a lot of trouble germinating my onions in the basement. And these are Stuttgarter yellow onions, summer harvest, and it says to put these about 2 inches deep and about 4 inches apart. So I've got my handy yardstick out, and we're just gonna make some holes here and start popping them in. Just my pencil. They do make like planter poker things, and I've seen that before and it looks kind of neat, but I don't have one, so pencil works just as well for me. Now it's time to put my onions in. As you can see, some of these have already sprouted, which is good. They got their little leaves, and they'll help with the germination. I mean, not the germination, help with the growing, because they've already got their little leaves sprouted at the top. 2 inches. Yeah, most of my finger. My finger's about 2 inches long. Had to think about it there. Get the bulb all covered. Look. Instant pretty in your garden, right? Now, the narrow part up here, that's where it's going to sprout from eventually. But if you were to put it in the ground upside down, I've been told not to worry about it because plants cannot actually grow upside down. Gravity tells them what direction they're supposed to grow, and they just naturally do that, which is kind of cool. If you look closely, you can see some of my little onions that had already sprouted and have green or the little super long tops of the brown sticking out of the top there. I got a whole row of onions in, and I'm going to put another row right next to it, but I'm going to stagger them. So here's an onion here, and then here's an onion here. So I'm going to put my onion that goes in this row here. So there must be one here too. But anyway, I'm going to stagger them so they're not exactly across, so that they still have space to grow. So let's get that done. The next thing I'm going to plant are my radishes. Now I have 3 kinds of radishes here: a sparkler radish, a watermelon radish, and the China rose radish. But I'm only going to plant the sparklers today, and that's because I use succession sow radishes. So you sow some now, and then I'll sow some in 2 weeks, and then I'll sow some more 2 weeks after that. Otherwise, you're going to be eating a ton of radishes all at one time, which if you love radishes, I suppose that's okay, but we don't love radishes, we just like radishes. So today I'm going to plant the sparkler radishes, which this comes on a seed tape, so it's supposed to make it easier to plant. We'll see. I'm going to plant about 2/3 of this bed with these kind, and then I'll plant some more later on. So here's what the seed tape looks like when it's laid out on the ground. The package says to cover it with about 1/2 inch of soil, so I'm just going to barely cover it up here. It did make planting nice because you just have to roll it out. And the thing that everyone says about radishes is that even if you don't think you like radishes, you need to grow radishes because they only take 1 month to grow. 1 month from planting to germination to growth to harvesting. That's not very long to get something for all the work that you're putting into your garden. So if you're gonna try something and you're not sure, but you want to get your hands dirty, try growing a radish because you'll feel really good about yourself after you have something in a month. The last thing I'm gonna plant in this bed today is my lettuce. Now I've got 6 kinds of lettuce here: a butter crunch, a baby romaine, a lettuce Lux, which is this really pretty dark red and it's slow to bolt, a super red romaine, a Bib butterhead, and a Paris Island romaine. So a bunch of different types. I'm gonna plant 3 in this bed and then 3 in that far bed over there. So I dug my little trench, lettuce leaves. You don't plant them very deep either, about 1/4 of an inch. That's hardly anything. So I'm hoping that these will take okay because it's already starting to get warm and lettuce does not like the heat. But we're gonna plant it, we're gonna give it a try. So here we go. That's it for me today, guys. Hopefully you didn't feel like I was just talking at you too much. I just wanted to show you what I'm putting in my garden. All that's left for me is to do the exact same steps in the bed right next to it, minus the radishes. I am gonna plant a full 16-foot row of lettuce, and that's because I'm gonna do what's called the cut and come again style of lettuce, where you just eat the outer leaves. Like you come out and get the outer leaves every day or two, and that way the heads don't get too big and you don't have to wait till it gets ginormous to start eating. So you need more plants so you can get a full salad, and I like to eat salads for lunch. And my husband, though he's a self-proclaimed vegetable non-lover, has been converted to eating salads. Thanks for checking out this video. See you guys soon and have a blessed day.